Hey there guys, and welcome back to Satisfactory. I'm Xterminator, and we are back where we left off. I've stuck in the remainder of the cable we had, so we've completed that particular objective in our milestone. And we just need the plate and the rods. And these rods are slowly backing up, but I think we may want another rod maker. The screws aren't taking all of them, but it is taking most of them. And also, I've noticed this thing is stopping, even though it's splitting, which is a bit interesting. I think this can actually support even more than this, because these all are built up. There's 3 outputs. We could do another constructor. I know I stuck this furnace here, but that can move later. Actually, I guess we need that reinforced iron stuff. Yeah, I think we can fit another constructor. So let's go over here and get some more rods. And then we'll hop down this way. Get some screws, too, while we're at it. We need those for the reinforced iron plate. There we go. We have plenty of those. And we'll make another constructor and actually pull out a 3rd line from that splitter, because I think we can support even a 3rd constructor off that, at least for now. Considering our power can support that. Alright, we needed like 3. I'm going to make 6 just so we have a little bit extra. There we go, there's 6. I'm going to dump the rest of the rods in here actually, as well as plate. And we can grab more plate. We need the plate for more belt, but there should be some built up in one of these machines here. There we go, there's 35 more. Try to sneak through here. I can't actually crouch. Not quite what I wanted. Alright, there we go. So if we go to constructor here, our 6 hotkey, let's line him up with this. Let's see. Yeah, so someone had a comment in the last video, which is very valid, that like in the first episode, I was like, yeah, let's place our hub here. It's nice and flat. It's a nice flat area. And then I've now proceeded to just build up the hill regardless. And the reasoning for this is I'm just really silly. I don't have a good reason, guys. I just, for some reason, I'm inclined to build on the right side of the hub. I don't know why. We're going to rearrange all this, though, a bit later. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take one of these, because we haven't used one of these yet, and I think this will help us. So you can see it's lining up there. So if we do this, you click... Oh, what is that missing? Rods? Okay, let's yoink some rods off of here then. Oh. Nope, wrong key. Okay. So we take this. So you click once to do this, and then if you want to increase the height, you just look up or whatever, and you can go as high as you need to. I think like right here is too high. In fact, this may actually be too high even as it is. No, it actually works. Basically why I'm doing this is, one, to show you, and 2, I didn't want this merging into the ground because I really don't like how it does that. Now, this one's automatically doing it. It wasn't doing it automatically on that first one, so that's why we did it that way. And there we go, because this is all backing up, so I think this is going to be beneficial to have a 3rd guy here. And I'm not going to do a storage container because this particular one is pretty temporary. And this, configure power pole. Okay, so we can't actually see our power capacity here. We're only about halfway usage-wise, which is awesome. Grab that. Grab any more iron plate. Actually, I think we can complete this right now. Yeah, we definitely have enough. Pick that. We're probably going to be running out of fuel here soon, so it's actually good we're researching this utility, because that will give us... Oh, yeah, this is a problem. That'll give us the biofuel. In fact, that one... yeah, I need to make some more stuff really quick. I'm going to do that before we even upgrade, because our whole base is about shut down. Not very much, but it's something. Tab, let's go split that. So shift right click splits it. Let's stick half in here. And half in there. Okay, now we can fill up this. And get that. And we're gonna launch our pod. Boom. So this thing unlocked.
Milestone reached. You have unlocked several
All this
structures
stuff.
aimed to provide the first needed to build basic factory infrastructure. Additionally, the biofuel blueprint will ensure improved fuel consumption of biomass burners.
All of these
Additionally, you
screens.
can now build the space elevator, which is integral to your contribution to project assembly.
Sweet. So we have this thing here, this MAM, and this allows us to do research on things to get us like new stuff or the ability to do new stuff. So if we, like, for example, do a let's stick a carapace in here. If we stick a carapace in here and begin analysis, this is going to take 7.5 minutes, and once it's done, this will give us the ability later on to unlock and build another type of weapon. Okay, so we can actually do tier 2 part assembly, which is the assembler, rotor and all that. Complete space elevator. So if we go here, so the space elevator is super expensive. This is 500 concrete, 250 plate, 400 rods, and 1,500 cable. But once we get this allows us to unlock the additional tier, which gets us vehicles and all that type of stuff. So for now, what do we want though? I think a chainsaw, because there's these jump pads which are pretty cool. A chainsaw is going to be much more practical right now because we still need a ton of biomass to make this biofuel. And with the chainsaw, like I said, you can actually cut down entire trees and it will give you a ton of wood, which then in turn gives you obviously a ton of biomass. And we're going to need that very soon. So I think maybe right now, I am really tempted, guys, to just run a freaking huge belt from the copper, because I keep having to ferry this copper over. Unless there's some, let's actually scan one more time for copper and see if there's something closer or more convenient. That's 500. These are about equal in terms of their distance. Let's go check out this one really quick and see if this would be any easier to get a belt to. Pick up these guys while we're at it. We can also build a lookout tower, which I definitely want to do because that'll give us a bit of a better bird's eye view on our factory and where we can expand and stuff. Ooh, there's a slug. We're going to want to pick that up on our way back. Okay, so that one's definitely not easier. In fact, this area over here is where I started in my stream world. I started right down there, which is actually a far better starting area than this one. But I want to do something different because the copper and stuff is way, way closer. But I mean, we could just move everything. I mean, there's nothing stopping us from just moving our entire base over here, but I don't really want to do that because I like doing something different. So we're just going to do a really long belt from the copper over there to our factory here. Won't be too bad. I mean, it's not difficult. It's just kind of iron plate expensive. So these dudes. Green power slug. So we can pick this up, and once we research, we'll have to do research in that thing I showed you. There's actually, wow. There's 2 iron patches right here. Plus we had like 2 or 3 over there. This is so much iron. Jeez. But yeah, once we do the research on it, this will allow us to get a special thing that will let us overclock our machines later. That's a bit down the road. We haven't even unlocked the research to do that, but okay, so let's craft some biomass here. Stuff is going to run out of fuel shortly. And then we can actually make 90 biofuel. Which is, of course, more fuel efficient. So this would be like the equivalent to, say, like coal maybe compared to wood in Factorio or something. Okay, so how are you doing? You still got 25 left. One of these is running super low, so I'm gonna dump that in there so he can burn. We have a lot of junk. So let's go to our storage here and stick some of this iron rod in there, or iron ingots rather. Stick our power slug in there for now. Carapaces. Or carapot. Well, I don't know. What's the plural of that? I'm really bad. I'm really bad with words sometimes. Okay, so that's about to run out, so we can split this. Put 45 in there. This guy's out, so we'll stick 45 in there. I'm actually curious, is his burning any slower? Yeah, slightly. Okay, so what do we need to make another miner? We need just a portable miner. Because we didn't actually put the miner on the copper. And this needs more cable, which ironically requires more copper, which we don't have. So, let's get... Oh, hello? Let's get some plate. And run over there. Gonna get some copper, and we can start preemptively setting up a belt to do this. So these level 1 transport belts carry, I think, 60 items a minute, which is pretty decent-ish. Not a ton. I think a vehicle could probably carry more than that. And we can get that before we can get level 2 belts. Alright, come on over here. Grab what's in this. So if we stick a miner here, we're going to face it this way so the belt can start on top of this hill. So we're going to pick this up. Got the copper. And let's start our belt. So this one, I guess we have to use a pole because there's no machine here yet. So we do something like this. That should be fine. Actually, that's like kind of clipping through the ground. Let's do this in sections. So this does take concrete in some because we're using, and rods because we're using those poles in some cases. So see if I can do this without totally cluttering things up. Do I want to go straight down here, or do I maybe want to go on this right-hand side and along the back? No, we could go down the slope. Why not? Why not? There. Bring him down to here. This is going to be a bit of a drop, but that's okay. Not the prettiest belt in the world, but we can always clean this stuff up. So there's that max distance you can draw it at, as you saw there. The silly thing is in the way. I don't want to build a belt through that. I don't like that it clips through stuff. So I'm purposely trying to avoid sending it actually through bushes and stuff. Okay, we only have 3 more concrete left. So doing longer sections is actually far more advantageous. And we don't have any more iron plate. That figures. Alright, let's stick this guy in there. I'm wondering if I should convert that other rod thing to plate for a bit. Because we only have one thing making plate. So how's this? Is this still... This is all still backed up. I feel like this splitter doesn't work very good. No, it's actually all backed up. So this can still support even more constructors. Oh, this has no power. Duh. I know you guys are probably yelling at me this whole time. Xterm, you never connected power. Yep. And you would be right. And our power just went off, by the way. So that's good. Pretty sure it's that one that was still burning biomass. Yep. Okay, let's make some more biomass and then some more fuel. You can see why we need a chainsaw. Because you just get so much wood when you chop down these trees. Alrighty. sir, you are going to be powered back on with some upgraded fuel. There you go. Okay, sweet. So no wonder that was backed up and not working. Okay, so we now have the cable, so we can't actually do a miner at this point. Except we need concrete. Do I have stone on me? Not really. I feel like we put some in storage, or maybe already used it. I definitely already used it. Also, let's check and see if this is done. This is. So we're getting an incoming message.
Additional samples are required for R&D to continue developing a defense-oriented blueprint. The creature has been named Phacocoirus plumiuscata, or fluffy-tailed hog.
Okay, let's see, we could do a flower petal. We have one on us. We need 10. Okay, never mind. Barrel nut, we only need one of those. Let's do that. Okay, so we need some more limestone. We could have that one smelter I set up top. Do that temporarily. So we need another miner on limestone here. Now limestone and concrete is a thing actually we could probably set up. Actually. Because concrete... Well, if we want to automate it, I guess we should set up concrete over there, but that's kind of a long way away. To need like mass amounts of it. We need, of course, for the space elevator, but I'm thinking I actually want to just set it up at on site here. And I know I said I didn't want to do that for the copper, but the copper is something we need like constantly, whereas this is not. So I'm actually thinking if we, well, shoot, we need power. We need power over here anyway. I was gonna say I'll put a smelter here and just smelt some really quick to be able to build a miner there, but we don't have power. So let's just sprint back over here real quick. Make a little bit of concrete. And also, we need concrete for power poles. Gonna need a decent amount of poles to get all the way to that copper patch. The wire reach is quite long though, so maybe not. Oh, there we go. And we can build walkways and stuff later, of course, so I'm not jumping all over this. Okay, let's open this guy up. He is at. We're going to do... Oh, we actually need a constructor. I will take this smelter, though. That way we can just place it over there. This is making rods. It's not even connected. So let's switch this to concrete for right now. Dump in our limestone. Go pick up any rods that may be available. 48. Do we still have screws on us? We have a bit of screws. Okay. I'm going to dump some of this into our hub. Kind of get some of those objectives rolling. And then go set up that miner and stuff. Alright. So you are going to need this 200 rods and plate. I'm going to stick half of that in. Same with the cable. It just feels good to get some of that completed. And let's see. So we need concrete for that. We have that. We're going to need another miner, again, for the limestone. We actually have two portable miners because we picked up the one from the limestone. And we're going to run up. We should have some concrete built up at this point. There we go. The miner requires how many? 5? We probably want a few more just because, like I said, it's going to take a decent amount of power poles to get us over there. So we'll prioritize setting up the copper first. 22, that should be sufficient. Alright. This guy's no longer working because he's out of copper ore, which is what we're about to fix. Also, let's actually connect this up. How's that gonna look? It's pretty good to me. It's gonna take a very long time for the stuff to actually get here on this belt, but that's okay. So power. Let's build power pole, maybe kind of in the back here. Actually, let's just run it along the belt. Like I said, the wire reach on these is super long, so I don't need to go crazy with the amount I place. Probably like one there. Maybe another on the top of this hill, and then one more potentially to get us the rest of the way. And then one more like right here. Okay, so now if we take our miner and let's rotate him. Let's actually stand like at this belt entrance. And that is pretty lined up right there, if I do say so myself. Let me make sure this isn't clipping. It's not. Sweet. Barely. Almost rubbing on the ground there. And then this thing. So we only have 5 wire. Of course I didn't bring enough wire. Okay, so head back here. Like I said, I probably could have gotten away with even less power poles, but... Oh, we're out. Okay, that actually took way more. I think you do run faster on belt. Maybe not. Okay. So we need to quickly make some cable here. Cable, not wire. Keep getting the names confused. Okay. Let's see, we can kind of do this backwards. So he has 4 connections, he has 4 connections. There's a slight issue. Wait, how does he have 4? Oh, okay. What if... Okay, what if we stick... I'm trying to think how to do this without making a massive mess of all my power lines. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to deconstruct this line. We're going to connect him to there. Then this one is going to go to him, which replaces that. And then this guy... Go to there. So the longer it is, the more cable it does take, of course, which makes sense. And then hook this up to there. And let's just double check that our miner is in fact on. I would hate to realize that, do other stuff and then realize that it's not actually working. And there we go. He's doing his thing. So now, we can build one more miner, and then I think I'm probably going to call this episode here. So if we come down here, we can actually build a miner right there. And then we just need a constructor. We don't need a smelter, remember, to make concrete. Ouch. Okay, that was a bit of a fall. So here's a constructor. Luckily we have enough. See, good thing I built those extra reinforced plates, huh? So there's that. Send him to there. Can we make a box? We can. So let's make a box right here. I don't know, actually, can I just, like, connect this? Let me see. Can I just, like, connect this, like, straight to it? Why is it not lining up? Guess it is. There we go. Exactly 2 belts. And then this thing... I don't know, can we connect... Let's bring 1 power pole, like, right here. I don't think we have enough to connect this. Takes all 3. Dang it. I need to go make a little more. We actually don't really have... We barely have any copper cable left, I think, or copper wire, enough to make like 2 cable maybe. But luckily we have automated it. 4 cable. Alright, we'll just use the rest. Hook this up, and then I think I'm going to call it an episode, guys. This was quite productive. We got the copper automated. Like I said, it's going to take a very long time for it to actually get over here, but it's making its way here. And then once we get this guy hooked up, there, and there. So he's starting to prepare himself to drill down into this limestone. So this is normal. Okay, so this is not impure and it's not pure. So this gives, here what this gives. Someone said in the comments. So this is coming out here. Let's configure this to make concrete. And this guy will just plow away at this concrete pretty much infinitely, unless we run out of power, which would not be surprising. Our power is getting up there. Look at this belt of ore. I love it. Alright guys, I'm going to end it there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying as much as I am. If you are, feel free to leave a like and leave any questions and thoughts down below. But until next episode, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.